So I'm going to read from my Facebook. It's early in the morning. It's about 6:46 a.m. April 26, 2018. It's real early, so I'm going to try not to talk really loud. I always write in the morning. Well, whenever the Lord leads, I write on my Facebook because I have so many connections on there. It's growing, and it's a great place to get, your messages and be interactive with God's people. And so I write on there as I'm led. That's just where He's had me for so many years, writing. And so I wanted to read something that I wrote. My Facebook address is www.facebook.com/Apostle Anna Clark. I'm a seer prophet. I'm really just a servant of God. I flatline died and I met Jesus Christ at the age of 15. First, I went to hell. I was tortured by the demons. The Lord was calling my name as I was seeing my scrolling thoughts seemingly like roll across what looked like a black screen. I was in a thick outer darkness. It was so thick. The darkness was so gross and so thick that you can feel it like you're swimming in it. And demons were torturing me. And even in the midst of my very loud thoughts of realization of, oh my God, you really do die and go somewhere else, and it's real, and it doesn't matter what you think on this side, it matters what's real on that side. And a lot of times people like to philosophize about things about the other side or about what's in heaven, but if you don't know and you did not experience, I would be very careful. I would be very careful because you might make such an idol of yourself and your ideas and your beliefs, which could come from a lack of understanding and realization and no experience with what happens after death, that you would idolize that and miss out on the time that you need to come to know the Lord. Because if you go to the other side, I can't promise you that He's going to let you go by Him and stay with Him and be saved and know Jesus Christ personally, not just about Him. I'm just sharing part of my testimony, but I really would like to read an article that I wrote on my Facebook, www.facebook.com/Apostle Anna Clark. My name is spelled ANNACLARK. So yeah, I flatlined, I died, and met Jesus Christ. I went to hell. He called me from there. I answered his call when I said Jesus. I was like, Jesus, and then instantly I was pulled out of this sick, nasty, gross, thick darkness that was so evil that you could swim in it like thick jelly. The darkness was it was so dark. It was so dark. I'm telling you, it was so dark. I still can't explain how crazy it was. But when I answered his call of my name, who knew my name? And the voice was so powerful, and it was like echoey, and it was so sure and strong and powerful that I was like, whoa, who's calling my name? And I remembered my grandma would tell me about Jesus, and she would read a big old Bible, 6 a.m. in the morning, and I would wonder, what makes you get up at that time for that book? And I'm like, who's Jesus? You can't even see him. I was like, Grandma, that's funny. I just thought it was the silliest thing or the stupidest thing because you couldn't see him. It just didn't make any sense to me. But because of that memory that was brought back to me as I was in the outer darkness or hell, I answered that name, that voice that was calling me, and I said, Jesus. And then instantly I was in the light. I was in front of him, and he looked like a big light body that's like so many feet tall. I don't want to say 10 feet tall or something, but just huge, huge. So it's the shape of a body of a man, but was brighter than a halogen light. So I couldn't see eyes, mouth, features. I could just see brightness. He is the light. And and that's where I got quote unquote saved. And I didn't know it was called that, but that's where I got saved. Totally, my spirit was totally changed there. He sent me back, and I never worried about, do I know him and not know him? I didn't know the word saved until church years later. But but all I knew was I knew him, and nothing could take that from me. I mean, even if I went and quote unquote backslid, nothing could take the fact that I knew him. I wish believers would get that right now, because then you stop worrying over, am I saved? Am I not saved still today and tomorrow because I just did this line of crystal or whatever. I mean, you're still saved, but you need to get your relationship right with him, and you want to be in connection with your maker. It's like the stupidest thing that if you can't see around the corner, why you would not want someone who does. Like, why would you not want that? You're going to waste your time with people that are wasting your time. You're going to waste your time in something that felt right, but then it goes wrong, but then you stay in it too long by obligation, but God doesn't even need you to be there anymore. I mean, you're going to make decisions, and you're going to be staying in stupid stuff a long ass time when he's not even in it anymore, because or you might walk through a door that looks all glittery and bright and sparkly, but that's not even the right door. It might be the door that don't look so good. You might pick the mate that looks like they're so great, they got it all together, but it could have really been the hard-headed one that's so stubborn, but he's only stubborn because he would love so hard and he's just so guarded. But you took the one that seemed that they were more ready, when God was really trying to get you to go to the other one that's going to love you the hardest later. Why would you know, lose your GPS? He's your GPS system. So anyway, um, I didn't worry about, if I didn't know about, backsliding and all that stuff. I didn't know the terms. I learned that in church later, when he sent me through, after I went real wild, and he sent me through a strict church to regain me back closer to him. He sent me through a strict legalistic kind of church system that had a lot of happy people, because they were really happy because they weren't doing a lot of things, quote, of the world, unquote. Their joy was just like, because they were just totally focused on him, but they didn't know the wine of God, though. They didn't have the wine of God. So they had a degree of like joy in him, but there's more, there's so much more. And but I needed the legalism, and it was kind of like a crib that kept me safe. And my ways and my Pharisee attitude repelled people that were destructive for me anyway, because they didn't like that religiosity. So so it was kind of good. And then when I shook all them off, all them leeches off my life, pretty much, then only was remaining, just a support system for a long time. And then he moved me out of that, as he was moving me more in prophetic and miracles, and just think more things of the Spirit, and just teaching me more things of the Spirit, so he'll pull you to himself. But so, and he's walked me a long way. It's been 25 years, that I've been with him, and maybe 6 years, the first 6 years of that, somewhere in that time, I had really backslidden. But then, so he didn't let me go backwards for too long. It's pretty interesting to think of that right now. And now he's brought me to so much freedom in him. I've went through so many assignments and so much stuff that wisdom's taught me in the Spirit, the things of the Spirit, and learning the communications of God and how he communicates in different levels and different ways, and how to hear him, and visions and different things like that. But this is what he meant for it to be, and there's even more. I'm just, always learning. I'm awakened in him, but I'm always learning. I see through the systems, but then, he has you to where he'll take you out. He'll send you in systems. He'll take you out. He'll let you see through every system. Then, he's making you along the way, and he's inputting so much into you in that process that he wants to eventually send you back into these systems like a Nehemiah, get paperwork and build on a bigger vision, But first, you can't be somebody who's like freaking out over your little household bills. If you're still freaking over that, you get in the freak out moment and everything. You're not in his rest. You haven't learned how to rest in him in the times that he's calling you to rest. And if you can't rest in him, then it's going to be hard. I don't want to say it's hard for him to carry you, but it's going to be hard for him to get you and carry you to the place of your destiny. There's so much training that he walks us through. And I don't talk as if I've achieved all of the vision that I've been shown or everything that I can ever be. But there's definitely a process and people have to go through it. As you go through your process, you can identify where other people are in their walk. You can even identify where some leaders are in their walk and some emerging leaders are in their walk and some hidden leaders are in their walk and some that are getting ready to be formed up into a leadership. There's so many that want to be teachers and there's not enough that have the Father's heart. Then there's so many that should be teachers by now and they're not, because they're still stuck in their self-life ruling and they're still owned and ran around and run and they fall to the pressure and they're pressed into a mold and they, rather than hearing what he's telling them to do, he's going to make you buck some system sometime. He's going to make you buck your family sometimes. Anything that's trying to press you away that he's trying to take you out of, eventually he's going to make you buck that because you can't be made by no one. He wants to get all the glory, which is all the credit, which is all the accolades, which is rewarding him with your attention. Oh my God. I mean, worship is like rewarding God with your attention, which actually rewards you with healing. So it's kind of like a win-win. Oh my God, it's a win-win. What do you know? Wow. Joy, joy, joy. So, it's amazing. But that's some of my testimony. Now, my Facebook is www.facebook.com/Apostle Anna Clark. I'm a seer prophet. I'm really just a servant. I don't bow and bend to a lot of rules of baby Christians where I can identify where they're at. I'm not where they are at. So they have a lot of no, don't do, and only do this, only listen to this, only say this and that. I'm so anointed in him by his grace that this is not from a form or a mold or because I keep a rule. This is because I rest and rely on him. So if anything good comes from me, it's really because I rest and I rely on him. He'll walk you through so many seasons. It might be strict seasons with a lot of scaffolding, a lot of no's, a lot of no, don't touch, don't do. I can tell you I don't do any drugs. I'm not a drinker. Once in a while I might have wine, but I can say I don't have any addictions other than I would love chocolate every single day, but I don't like to exercise. But I don't have any major strongholds. I battle hindrances and enemies, and I'm an overcomer of some generational curses from my family. But really, he doesn't keep me as far as lifestyle. It does not keep me in a long dress and and you must read 10 Bible verses every day. He doesn't keep me in a set of rules. He doesn't chain me to a gathering. My gathering is global. It's through the internet. It's on the phone. It's in community. He doesn't bound me or bind me by rules. I just follow his specific directions for me. And that's what I do. I've developed an ear to hear him. So that's what I do, is listen and see what he tells me every single day about what's coming up, who's supposed to come to me, who I'm supposed to go to, what people are really feeling, what these connections are really feeling, who I should not connect to, who's in the garb or the outfit or the suit of the enemy, who is letting the enemy suit up in their flesh suit and their skin, who's wearing the enemy. He'll show me that. So I really just follow him, the things of the Spirit, the ways of the Spirit, the way the Spirit leads me. I don't fear, oh, what if you're not really hearing him? What if it's the enemy? No, because I so much hear him that I'll know. Doesn't mean I always move very fast on the instruction, but I will listen and I will do what he tells me to do. Even if it opposes everybody, I don't care, because there's like a fire inside that makes you know that you have to do what you know that you know that you know that you have to do, and that's how I live. So that's kind of my testimony. That's where I stand. That's how I am. And he's brought me here. He's brought me to this place, to this level. And no doubt I'm so much trying to go so much further in him. And I want him to grow even more in me. And I want to be one he entrusts with some responsibilities on this earth that's bigger than my household, So on my Facebook, www.facebook.com/Apostle Anna Clark, I wrote something, and maybe this encourages you in your journey. I'm just going to read something I wrote today. I said, vision before the experience, so there's no shock. When steps are ordered, you don't run your own ship, really. So you identify them before it's met, and what's in the heart is revealed. So you know ahead of time, so when what's hiding in someone comes out, you foresaw it. Now step on that footstool and proceed. When you know who you came for and for what, when he leads you along the way, everything can't ascend to what and where he has taken you. Now love and let that be true, even when they speak against you. Listen, but as far as you, no wrongs can be said of you and be true. So even when he sends you to someone that turns on you, but he showed you where they were in their life, and that they have so much more to die to themselves too. But because they didn't endure the process as you're with them, sometimes, even as leaders, we got to leave some people, or he'll take us away, or he'll take them away, or he'll just take their whole life out. Because some people will lose their life for putting their mouth on you, a leader. And this is what I have foreseen. I've seen him strike people with unexplainable illnesses, foretold before it happens, because they won't listen to him or they come against me. So it doesn't matter who it is. They won't take the nudges. They can't hear him. They're in rebellion. They're bitter, usually envious, bitter, in the spirit of rebellion, and they got rejection. And so these people might try to turn on you, and he'll deal with them. And that's what I learned. We don't have to do anything. You don't have to answer any attack. You just do what's right, and you keep walking, and you just focus on what he shows you. You don't have to wonder when someone turns on you. Why did I go? Why did I meet with them? Well, you were sure that he led you to him, right? And if you were sure, then you weren't wrong. They just went the wrong way. And so I'm just saying, this is how we keep moving. This is how we keep moving. You just forgive and keep moving, And so he'll show you where to go. He'll show you who to go to. He'll show you what's going to come before it happens a lot of times, so that when it happens, you're not so taken out by it and shocked by it. You'll just step on that footstool and proceed. Now, when you know who you came for and for what he leads you along the way, everything can't ascend to what and to where he's taking you. Now, love and let it be true. No wrongs can be said of you and be true. As you keep going forward, letting what can't ascend not come with, he will make it fall off. Now, this doesn't even have to do with walking with saved or unsaved people or letting them walk with you. You know, wisdom will reveal the whys of this. He will send you with one wiser, but that doesn't know his name, than one who's foolish and saved. He will let some run with you in your life, maybe not in your ministry. Maybe they won't help you in business, but he will let some run with you that are divine connections. And you want to know, because Christians like to act like a lot of times you can't have anybody unsaved by you. I can understand why you may not sometimes want that. But they're oftentimes no different than a lot of Christians, because a lot of Christians are very, very negative, and a lot of people that don't even know him are really positive. So anyway, you have to know what he's leading you to do, but he's not going to put the lost person on the board of your ministry, or you. he's not doing that. So when it says don't be unequally yoked, it means that you can't have them pulling this plow thing or pulling this weight of the ministry thing that you're bearing on their shoulders. You don't have them walk with you in that, but they might walk with you in other areas. And that has to do with, like, even if he's going to have you date or marry them, then your morals and things like that you'll have so many things that are the same that if he's putting it together, it's good. Just you want to make sure you're not putting nothing together. Not a business connection, or a collection, or a ministry, or a collective, or organization. Like, you don't want somebody that does not know him and his voice and how to be obedient to the Spirit more than their flesh, in a higher rank position that kind of ministers to the people. That'd be confusion, because it takes training to get to that point of the Spirit. But anyway, he may give you the best friend of your life, and that person doesn't know the Lord. He may give you great helpers and other things. And so he's trying to make believers unlearn this boxing God in, this limiting him. So anyway, he is Lord of all. He will make fall off what was never meant for higher heights or purpose or special connections with you. Stay bound to him. But what's totally of lower nature, he will rip away from you, like those that are destructive concerning you or your purpose. Take clues, or you are self-enemy. Don't worry, he will sabotage your sabotagers. Have you ever seen it? All you do is walk. What's not worthy falls off. Meanwhile, you get pulls and calls on this journey to go this direction or that. Yes, he's showing what's within, wanting you or connection with you, but it too is not worthy. Whether dogs prowling or envious eyes, who can stand before envy, a murderous spirit? But keep walking. Only what he ordains or sends to you, or you to them, is to be close or moving in rank with you for whatever his purposes are. He's shown me to never box him. He will draw to you, and you to whom what he has need of for your life. Only what he sends, that's how you stay in movement with him and overcome and get to where you were made for. I always think of Pilgrim's Progress and that story. They have a really cute story on YouTube that's like a cartoon one. Probably has 9 parts to it. They're each short. But they can help you to identify the characters in your life. I always think of Pilgrim's Progress and the sidetrackers that are in that. Who sent you as I'm walking this way? Oh, we know. And he will send you to some places you are like, God, are you for real? Okay, fine. I will do it. Not my will, but your will. And he's so strategic. He will use all footstools and even rocks thrown at you to get you to what he has for you. So step on it. He has so many awaiting to send who are like pieces to your puzzle components, and you will do what he sent you for. But you can't be hung up on the past. So, some people are going to fall. Some people are going to try to make you fall. Some people are going to try to pull you down. Some people want to get you to lay down by them. Some people are trying to lure you. Some may really want to be with you, or really want to be your friend, or really want to date you, and then he's like, no, don't go that way. Don't go with them. Just look here. Don't look there. Just look here. So that's how we have to do it, and we can't be hung up on our past. So whatever didn't make it, whoever didn't make the grade, whatever is not allowed, really close. Part of being obedient to him is you do try to see what he's saying per connection in your life, and only allow it the closeness and the time that he allows it for you, and that's how you're going to stay in a certain protection. So you can't be hung up on your past and whatever couldn't make it. Let it pass you by and keep walking. Let none hold you. Let none drain you. Let none be obsessed with your time. You owe you to him. Who wakes up and dumps all their garbage of their life on you? Who wakes up and whines? Do they give it to you in the morning? And when you're supposed to be getting up hearing his voice, that person wants to make themselves an idol in your life, whether they know it or not. The spirits in them that they bow to want you to now bow to those spirits that's in them. It's just crazy. Like, why would you wake me up with that trash? Like, I'm going to my Lord. I'm not going to wake up and hear you whine about yesterday's problems that you already have the answers to. I don't play that with people. I don't. So anyway, no one should be bombarding you with that. As you're going to seek the Lord early in the morning and give all your baggage to him, they should feel the same about their life too. You'll know who doesn't know this, for they will make themselves always in your focus, and it'll feel like it's off of his timing. And you're going to be like, really? No thanks, because I have a work for the Lord to do. You can't move by obligation. You can love nothing even more than him. It will all be tested time and time again, just to keep you in check and balance. That's why many don't supernaturally heal. Like, never. If you can do that, you won't be bought on any level, and know you do what he sent you for. And yeah, so if you can do that, you won't be bought on any level, and you will do what he's for. So anyway, my name is Anna. I shared a lot of things. I shared my testimony, my website, and a writing that I have on my Facebook. You can friend request me and inbox me, send prayer requests, or you could even send prayer requests if you want to know, if you want some confirmations about your relationships, your connections, if you want to find out or be sure that on some direction in your life, if you need some spiritual advice or counsel, inbox me, Facebook Facebook me. www.facebook.com/Apostle Anna Clark. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah. Oh, if you think you have a prophetic call in your life, if you feel like you have a prophetic gift, but you're wondering if you wonder if you're a seer, if you wonder if you're a prophet, if you feel like God's preparing you for some kind of leadership, He's turning your whole life around and He's calling you away and He's calling you to leadership, or if you feel like He's calling you to a rest or a break or to break up or to get away from, like I can help you confirm a direction that He's giving you. I can identify your enemies in your life, in life leeches. I can identify even where the witchcraft is coming from upon your life, and where the spirits are holding you back. As the Lord gives me messages for you, I can hear what the Lord's saying and see what He's saying for you. If you would like to connect with me, I cannot do spiritual counseling every single day because a lot of people assume at the same time every day that they can tell me the same thing every day, or keep showing me their wounds. Like, this is a thing. I can't counsel the same person every day, unless the Lord is telling me to say something to them every day. But usually, he doesn't do that because He has other things for me to do too. But I don't want you to feel like you can't connect with me. I just want you to be mindful that I can't give this spiritual advice concerning a bad relationship or something. Like, that's usually what gives people the most torture, is a bad or falling apart relationship. And sometimes they want daily counsel or confirmation again and again concerning what to do with that, or they want consoling every day. But what I'll teach you is how to go within and to lean on the Lord, because we all have to do that. We all have to learn that. And I can help you to be sure of the direction that you're supposed to go in, the best direction for you to go in. So connect with me. Don't be afraid to connect with me. I'm not going to bite, and I'm not going to make you feel bad. I don't judge people on what they've been through, what they've been doing, and their secrets and all their baggage, whatever it is. I don't, because I've done so much that you don't even know. So I know that all of you is redeemable. All of you is usable for the Lord. Your whole life can be changed in a moment. God has more for you. He has people for you. He has love for you. He has opportunities for you. He has doors for you. Wherever you've been, whatever you've done, it doesn't even matter. You are here. You're breathing right now. And so I can encourage you. I can connect with you. www.facebook.com/Apostle Anna Clark. You should be able to click the link under this video if I remember to put that there. If not, go to that website. Thank you so much. Okay, God bless.